Welcome back to Clean with Kate. It's Monday morning and I'm trying to do my weekly home blessing. So I just thought I'd just run you through the things that I do. They're not in any particular order. This is not the order that Flylady necessarily does them. This is what I do for my weekly home blessing. So as part of my weekly home blessing, I deal with the mail that's come in during the week. I empty the bins and I deal with paper clutter. So I set a timer, usually for between 10 and 15 minutes, and I deal with each of these tasks for between 10 and 15 minutes. I think today I might just do 10 minutes. There's a lot going on, as you can probably hear. Of our sort of flower meadow and orchard is being trimmed today, and we also have lots of other things going on that I'll probably show you later on. Some really interesting things happening here today. Anyway, but for now, I'm going to try and focus, and then I'm going to vacuum the hard floors, going to vacuum the carpets, dust, and then I'm going to polish glass and windows, and I'm going to mop the floors. Now, I won't get all of the house done in this, but I'm going to start, each week I start in a different area. And this week, as we are in zone 1, I'm going to start in zone 1, because that way I'll make sure that I have actually done a little bit of zone work as well. So if the week gets really hectic and I don't get to do my zone work later in the week, I will get to do some today. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of zone 5 cleaning, because actually last week was busy. I didn't get a lot of zone cleaning done. Anyway, I better get off my bottom if I'm actually going to start. It's very nice sat here. I'm sat in the entrance hallway to my house. As you can hear, there's a lot of noise, so I really hope you're going to be able to hear me over all the background noise. But I need to do this today, so I thought you might like to join me, because things aren't always perfect, are they? Sometimes there's lots going on. Anyway, I think since I've got the big vacuum cleaner out here, I think I'm just going to start with that. I'm going to use the timer on my watch, so you probably won't be able to hear the timer. Just because I need to keep the timer with me, and the one on my watch is very good. I'll set it for 10 minutes and I'm going in. Hope you can hear me okay. So you might want to turn your volume down now, because I'm going to be vacuuming with I think I've got the rotating brush on. We'll find out. Oh no, this isn't that's not a great start, is it? Henry's head's fallen off. Actually, this isn't the rotating brush, so maybe I should change brush heads. This is just a normal brush, but maybe that's just me being effective. I think this is the floor brush, so let's go onto the floors. I've got quite a few different brushes to try out today. So I've got this floor brush, which is a new one. If you've been watching my videos, you'll see I recently bought... Oh golly, why is it's not moving? It's all tangled. I recently bought a new vacuum, because it's quite a large house. And we have other properties that we clean. Then I like to have one with a very long table, and I like to keep the vacuum cleaners around the house in different places, so that it makes it a bit easier for me. So the purpose of the weekly home blessing clean is that it's a speed clean. So you're just getting the worst of vacuuming the worst areas. Oh golly. Okay, I'm just going to try and get under here. I'm just debating whether to go into the corners, but actually I think what I'll do is when I change my brush head, I'll go into the corners with the smaller brush head. So for now, I'm just getting the high traffic areas. This would be a lot easier if I tidied up first, because there's quite a lot of clutter about. As you may have gathered, we're not minimalists. I'm not going to hyper-focus on this, although I am going to try and do a little bit of detail cleaning initially. I'm just getting the high traffic areas. And I'm going to put the dusting head on to get into the corners later. I might count that as my dusting today, although there is quite a lot of dusting to do. Right, so I'm going to change heads. What am I going to do with the head? I did have another head with me. I think I'm going to change... Whoops, that was noisy, isn't it? Let's just switch that off for a minute. I did have another head with me. Where's it gone? Because what I want to do today is I've got a Hetty down here. She's got a different head on, but I thought I'd got some more heads out. Oh my goodness, I'm having a sidetrack moment. I did get other heads out. I knew I had. Now, it'd be interesting to see how easy these heads are to change. This particular vacuum cleaner came with a lot of different heads. And one of them, I believe, this one is a stir head. So I'd like to try and see if I can change it. How do I do this? Ah, that might work. Let's hope this goes onto here. I haven't done this before. Right. Somebody kindly explained to me that they thought, whoa, that was noisy. That's quite effective, but it is noisy. So you may want to turn the volume down. I'm finding this quite difficult to use at the moment. I think if I've got it on right. How do we use this? Ooh, golly, that goes fast. I think I may need to adjust this head. It doesn't feel like it's on right. I don't think I'm doing this right at all. Golly, this is not as easy as I thought it would be. I wonder if it needs a longer... Let's try it with something different. Oh my goodness, the best laid plans. I really should have started with something easier. Let's try this one. This is also, I think, a stir brush. I'm hoping that this will save me having to climb up the stairs on my hands and knees because it's got a longer handle on. It's just a matter of experimenting, I think. This vacuum cleaner has a lot of different heads to my old one. It's definitely, and I think I bought an extra sort of pack to go with it. There's a lot of cobwebs up here. I'm not sure when these stairs last got done. I think it may have been when we were in zone 1. Because it's quite a big staircase and the house is 3 stories. So the stairs don't get done as often as I'd like. Just because it's quite hard work. And I only have so many hours in the day. But I do try and make sure that when we're in zone 1, I give them a clean. So I hope you're able to see. This is quite awkward. I don't want to fall down the stairs while I'm showing you. I might have to do the rest with a different attachment. I think that is as far as I can go with this one. I think this vacuum cleaner is probably too big for me to bring upstairs. Because I don't think it'll balance on the stair. I think I'd need to use Hessie for this. Oh, it's interesting to see. Look at all that that's come out of the carpet. Hello, that's a lot of fluff. And this brush head seems to, I don't think I've used this brush head on the carpet in the past. So you can see they were definitely ready for doing. I think I've used the dusting brush in the past. But this definitely lifts a lot more fluff and dirt. Right, so I've done most of the stairs with that attachment, but I don't think I'm going to have to use a smaller vacuum to do the stairs. Right, let me just switch off so it's not so noisy. I'm going to put the fluff there and come back for that, I think. Right, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. I think I'm just going to keep going. I did want to put the turbo brush on. How am I going to change the turbo brush? I think having to change the brush heads does make it more complicated. Let's see how easy they are to change. Oh, good, they are easy. Right, I'm going to do the carpet with the turbo head. On my old vacuum cleaner, I didn't used to change the heads as much as this. Oh, golly, this is annoying. They keep falling off. This might be the downside. That in order to make them easy to change, also means they fall off. Let's go with the turbo brush on the carpet. Is it making a difference? Is this better than the other one? Is this the carpet brush? No, it's the aero brush. I think it's meant for the carpet. It's to put me straight if you know otherwise. How long have I got left on my timer? 2 minutes 52. Okay, I'll try not to hyper-focus. The idea is that I want to get as much done as possible in my 10 minutes. Do you know what? I think maybe 10 minutes is unrealistic today. Because I'm using a new vacuum cleaner that I bought recently, I think maybe I need to give myself a bit more time to get used to using the different heads. So actually, I normally split it up into carpets and hard floors. But because I'm working in this zone, you can see it's a mixture of carpets and hard floors. Although the turbo brush is very noisy. Well, it is noisy. Very noisy if you put it onto the hard floors. It's better on the carpet, so I think that's what it's designed for. So I might just stick to the carpets, the rugs, with the turbo brush. I have got quite a bit of moth damage on these rugs, unfortunately. I think it's all damage, but I will need to check them while I'm in this zone for moth damage, fresh moth damage. And put moth treatment on if there is any damage. The places the moths tend to go are just under the furniture legs. Right, Hetty, you're going to need to move. Okay, back at it now. Whoops. I think the turbo brush is a little bit heavier going than the other brush, in my opinion. Just switch it off. Whew, golly, that is noisy and heavy. That is the only downside to the bigger vacuum cleaner. I think it is heavier to drag around. There's not much in it, to be fair. When Hetty's full, she's pretty heavy. I think Hetty's made of a more solid construction than this one, so maybe the weights are very similar. Right, I'm going to vacuum in here now with the turbo brush, because I don't think I did much in here last week. So I'm actually mixing up my two vacuuming sessions today, which I don't normally do, because I normally do my kitchens first. But this week, because there's some activities going on in the kitchen, I'm focusing on a different part of the house. So this is the main lounge of the house. You may have seen it before when we were in this zone, when I was doing some zone work. So if you follow the Flylady cleaning system, I would do this when I was in zone 5, which is the lounge. This is the main lounge living room in the house. And this is very much a winter room. It's a lovely room at Christmas. It has a log burner, and we have a Christmas tree in the bay window there. So it's a really nice Christmas family room. Oh no, the timer on my wrist is going off. I don't think 10 minutes is going to be enough. I think I am going to give myself more time. But on the other hand, I've got a lot of tasks to do. Let me just switch that off for a minute while I cancel the timer. I'll reset the timer because I'm mixing up my two vacuuming sessions here. So I've got another 10 minutes of vacuuming. I'm not sure I'm going to get upstairs today. It's quite a warm day. So I think, to be fair, because it's warm, so I'm just folding this through while I'm in here. To be fair, since it's quite warm, I think I may be best just doing 10-minute sessions. Otherwise, I think it's just going to be too much for me. It's too much of a workout. And I'm going to get too tired, I think. I think the trick is to pace yourself and split it into small chunks, manageable chunks. And for me, today, 10 minutes feels manageable. Right, that's better than it was. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit, because the bits around the chairs are always the bits that seem to collect crumbs. But this room hasn't had that much use recently. But I probably do need it to come in and give it a detailed vacuum, because it did miss its detailed vacuum last week. And again, this is a wool rug, so we do tend to get moth damage, and moths at this time of year particularly. Moths want to lay their eggs in the rug, and then the little grubs that hatch out then eat the rugs over winter. It's horrible. Carpet moths are a real problem. If you have wool rugs. We managed to introduce the moths with it when we bought an antique rug into the house, and unfortunately we didn't realise it had moths, and we stored it for a while before we actually laid it out, and unfortunately during that time all these little grubs hatched into moths and they flew all over the house. Whereas actually now what we know is if you ever buy an antique rug, the first thing you need to do is lay it out, ideally outside if you can in the sun, and give it a really, really good vacuum. Look for any signs of moth damage. Ideally look for any signs of moth damage before you bring it home. And then if there is any sign, you need to spray it with a moth treatment to kill the grubs. Right, okay, well that's a good start. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay, I'm just going to pop this vacuum out the way. And I think I'm going to use Hetty because she has got a different brush on. And I'm still going with vacuuming. So I'm going through now into a different part of the house. So let me plug Hetty in. Where am I going to plug her in? Let's plug her in down here. Just going down to the socket. Bear with me, you're probably just getting a lovely view of my skirt. Right, she's plugged in. Golly, there's a lot to do in here. I can see I need to come and dust with the vacuum in here. I think there's bits of flowers everywhere. Right, I've just got a different head on Hetty today. This is the hard floor brush, I think. Oh, it's very insubstantial. I don't know if it's going to be up to doing these wooden floors. It is very insubstantial, this brush. I'm not sure I'm a fan of all these new brushes. This one just doesn't feel like it's up to the job. It's okay on the tiled floors, but it's making a bit of a meal of these wooden floors. Maybe I'm using it for the wrong thing. Whoops, Hetty's tangled. So let's just go over here. This room doesn't get done every time I'm in zone 1, but I try to do it most times we're in zone 1. Well, there's a lot of plant debris in here. Oh, is that a spider I saw? Hope not. We do have a lot of big spiders. I've just spotted an absolutely enormous one. Do you know, am I going to... No, I'll do that with a dustpan and brush, because otherwise I think it's going to block my vacuum. I'm going to have to do some really detailed cleaning in here, but for now I'm just doing the weekly home blessing cleaning. So I'm just giving it a quick once over. Just get the worst of it out. Oh my goodness. Let's do the entrance to the conservatory. I'm going to need to brush out the conservatory. There's so many leaves in there. And if I do it with the Hetty, I think it's just going to fill her up completely, and I won't get much else done. So I'm going to have to do quite a lot of detailed cleaning this week. And I do want to pull out all these chairs and look for moths. Yes, this carpet definitely is one that's susceptible. Right, anyway, I'm going to leave that for now. Just go around the edges. So the weekly home blessing is literally just cleaning the busy areas of the house, not going into the corners. It's basically a surface clean, a speed clean. When you do your detailed cleaning, you go into the corners. And I'm realising I'm going to need to spend quite a bit of time this week detail cleaning, because the house really does need it. It's been a really busy summer. We have a lot of house plants, which always end up with bits everywhere. I'm just going to get the worst of the house plant mess up from there. There's a bit on the floor. I might get that while I'm at it. Somebody's left the pet blind down at here, which I need to put up. Let some light in for the plants. I'm going to do that while I'm in here, because I may forget later. Switch that off. Let's let a bit of light in, otherwise it's too dark in here. For the poor plants, they'll all die. Right, okay, let's straighten the towel. Sidetrack moment. Okay, where are we going now? Okay, well, actually, did I do the hard floors in the big entrance? I don't think I did them in here. I think I went on the carpet and missed the hard floors out. Oh, there's a dead spider. So yeah, I definitely missed them. Somebody spotted that one. So let's do the hard floors. Come on, Hetty. Let's just have a quick vacuum around. This is not a vacuuming under things. This is just the traffic areas, as I said before. Anyway, do you do a weekly home blessing or weekly cleaning routine? What does your weekly cleaning routine look like? I think I'm going to go through into the kitchen now, because I've done most of this. Let's push that light off. I don't want to waste electricity. I'm just going, I've got a bit of time left. The kitchen's not actually too bad today. It is a bit messy. As you can see, I've been working in here. But it's not too bad, because we were out working all day yesterday. And then, I think, when did my husband freshen up Friday for me? He helped me on Friday with the pressure of Friday. So I did one part and he did two parts. So actually, on Friday evening, or it could have even been Saturday morning, this room got a vacuum and a mop. So it's not actually too bad. It's a huge relief. It's nice not starting the week with too much. This is just speed cleaning. I am trying to go into the corners a little bit, but that is my perfectionism, I think. Oops, I think I'm going to need to move Hetty. Let's just do what I can here, what I can reach. I'm going into this pantry as well. I don't think my husband did this on Friday, so that would benefit from a quick, just a really quick speed vacuum. Not going into the corners. This will get done when I do my detailed kitchen cleaning. Right, I'm switching that off now. Oh. Golly, I am working hard today. Oh, there's some mail coming. I'll just get the mail. Oops. Let's pop that. I'm going to be dealing with the mail later on when I deal with the bins. Right, let's unplug Hetty. She's done her job in this part of the house for now. Although I think I will need to bring her back later. I think over summer I often struggle to get my zone cleaning done. I find it much easier to do it in winter when it's cooler. And also there's less distraction in winter. Winter's not as distracting for me as summer. We're much busier in summer because of lots of reasons really. But one of them is that we also have a big garden. We tend to. And in summer that's a lot more involved. Right. I have just had the genius idea of what to do with my Henry box, which I sat here at the moment, which is to keep all the Henry tools in it. So I might stick it in my vacuum cupboard and keep all the tools in it so they're all in one place. Because at the moment it's a little confusing locating them all. I'm all sort of rammed in the cupboard, but not in any particular order, or not even in a container. Right. How much longer have I got? Is it even worth plugging in? Not really. I think I'm going to switch this light off. I think I need a drink of water as well. I think because I'm talking as well, I think I'm probably getting more tired than I would normally. Right, let's pop some lights on in here. I think it's time to stop vacuuming probably and drink some water. Yep, there's the 10-minute time again. Well, I haven't got as much done as I would have liked, but I have got something done. So that's my 2 vacuuming sessions on my weekly cleaning. And now I'm going to drink some water. It's always important to drink plenty when you're working on the house because it is a workout. Oh my goodness, what I normally do, I normally set it on my watch as a workout and I've forgotten to do that. I normally set it on my watch as other, and then it tracks my calorie burn, it tracks how many steps I've done, it tracks my heart rate. It's good. Golly, I'm just taking a break for 2 minutes. I wonder where to stop there and do it in 3 parts this week because it's quite warm and I'm getting quite hot. Do you know what? I think I might just keep going. Right, the time has been reset. What I'm going to do next involves the vacuum cleaner again. So that's good. I'm going to dust vacuum. So I think, where shall I start? That's a tricky one. I think I might start with Hetty because she's not quite as noisy. I think the Henry Extra Large is noisier. And I have spotted in here that this does need a good dust. So I'm going to take these sort of floor, whoops, that wasn't very clever, was it? I'm going to take the floor tool off. I don't like the way it falls apart all the time. Do you have a solution for that? Have you had the same problem? And I've spotted that this room needs a bit of a dust with a vacuum, I think. So I'm going to do this with the vacuum cleaner. So you might want to turn this is noisy dusting. So I'm in the dusting section now. I might use a duster, but I might not. I've put the dusting head on now. I'm just going to do the worst of the dusting. Do the windowsills, the dead flies. Just see what needs doing. Top of the log burner, just try dusting. And actually we'll be lighting that soon, so I'm just going to give that a quick... I'm just dusting things that I dust with the dusting head rather than with my dusters. This is always quite a mucky job, so that would benefit from it. I I happened to notice this week there was a grey haze on top of this dresser, so I think I must have missed it in last week's weekly home blessing. It was one of the ones that I normally do, but I think somehow it may have got missed, or it may just be because it's so, we're living on a building site currently and everything is dusty. So this is me, this is my lazy dusting. I'm using the vacuum cleaner. This is not a detailed dust, this is literally just doing the bits that I can see. I'm not moving anything. I'm just getting the grey haze off. Or in this case, it might be an orange haze, a brick dust. Oh, right, I'm going up here now, dusting this old saddle that we have in here. Just a really quick dust. Dust the step, I think. Right, okay. What about the table? Does the table need a quick once over with the duster? Maybe. Oh, I've been collecting seeds, so it's made quite a bit of mess on the table. I've actually got seeds on the table falling out here, so that would probably benefit from a quick once over. Top of this dresser. Right, I think I might stop there and get my dusters out now. Right, I'm going to dust properly now with the dusting cloth. I just wanted to get that grey haze off. Mustn't get distracted. I keep seeing loads of other things that need doing. So I've got a little basket with dusting things in. So I'm going to take this and this, I think. I've also got my magic erasers in there for some reason. But anyway, I'm going to go and dust in the entrance hall. And that means that I will have got a little bit of my zone work done. I'll have done the dusting. I usually try and do this whatever zone we're in. When I'm doing my weekly home blessing, I always try and dust start my dusting in that zone. Because dusting doesn't actually take very long and you can get quite a lot done. And if I start in the zone, I can usually get most of the zone dusting done. Right. This is very useful, this thing. You just whiz it along the surfaces. Oh, there's dead flies in there. That's not great. And then I'm going to pop a bit of polish on here, on the wooden furniture, just because it makes it smell nice. I'm going to do the same on this one. And it just helps to keep the wood. This is a beeswax polish, which is the best sort really for natural woods. I'm just going to run it down here. It just keeps the wood sort of from drying out too much. This is a lovely little antique pier cabinet that we bought at auction probably about 11 or 12 years ago. And we have actually got quite a few glasses in it, but I do need to have a sort through this cupboard because most of these glasses don't get used very often. They used to get used a lot because they're close to the dining room. But now we've got a glass store in the new kitchen, then these don't get used nearly as much as they used to. So I probably need to rationalise them. Right, let's give the front of this one a really quick dust. It's just basically to get the cobwebs, spiders, dust, all that sort of thing off. Good. They're looking nice and they're smelling nice. Whoops. Sorry about that. Just dust the top of that chair. Right, I'm going into the downstairs loo. I'm just going to dust the top of this. Give it a quick once over and down there. Just get the grey haze off. What else do I want to dust? I might dust this step. I could probably do with getting some polish on that actually. It is looking quite grubby. Just pop a bit of polish on it. It'll just make it look really, it reinvigorates the wood. Because this is actually a wooden step. You see the difference? Just popping a really simple beeswax. It's only a spray as well. But the wood just livens up. And it smells wonderful. Right, okay. Let me just have a quick dust around there. So, this is real speed dusting. Let's get in down there as well. Just that also by doing this, I get to see what actually needs doing. When I come in and do a bit more detailed vacuuming, like there's lots of dead flies under there that I've just spotted. I'm going to need to shape my duster, I think. Or change dusters. I think I might go over to the cloth. So I'm just going to put some more polish on the wood in the dining room. I might move these plants out the way. This hasn't had any polish on it. This whatnot hasn't had any polish on it, I don't think, for a while. And because we have plants on it, it does sometimes get water spills on it. Oh, there's dead. Oh, we must have a spider living back here. There's lots of dead bits of flies, which is lovely, isn't it? I think I spotted the spider. I think it did move. Our house is very spidery. I think it's my fault. Whoops, my camera's gone. I think that's my fault. What have I done to it? It's just readjust. I think that's my fault because I'm loath to hurt them. So I don't like killing spiders. I don't like vacuuming them up. So I kind of tolerate the spiders because I think, well, they eat the moths. Anyway, this is our drinks dresser, I suppose. Golly, this really could do with a proper taking all the bottles off it and giving it a really good clean this time round. It might not get done again till Christmas, but it would be a really good time if that needs washing. Look at this, it gets so grubby because it's used. So this is our sort of cocktail area. And actually, I might do this while I'm in the zone this month. I think I'm going to come in here and give this a really good clean. So you can see how much it needs it. It's dusty and the wood would benefit from having the polish on it, just to prevent the alcohol taking the marking it. I put these trays on top of here to protect the dresser and it works really well. But I do need to remember to come in and put some polish on them so that they can keep doing their job. Just give the radio a quick polish. I think it'll do it no harm. A little bit of beeswax. You can see the marks on here just by people putting wet glasses that aren't properly dry on there. It's left watermarks. I always pop a little bit of furniture polish on my radiators just because when the central heating comes on, which it may do in the next month or two, it just gives a lovely aroma of wood polish, which I love. Right, it's just literally dusting around. You can see all the dirt that's coming off onto this cloth. A microfiber cloth with a bit of polish on is a very effective duster. You don't have to have special dusting cloths, really. Yeah, actually, old t-shirts are very effective because then you can just throw them away afterwards. In fact, I should have thought of that and done it. Because those trays, I don't think I've done those trays for quite a while. And they're definitely very grubby. Grubbier. And if I'd realised, I probably wouldn't have used my nice microfiber cloth on them. All right. Golly, I hope I don't get these spiders out. I did actually get bitten by a spider recently in the garden, which was quite unpleasant. This is a little china cupboard. Most of the things in here were my husband's mother's. So they're things that she passed down to him in that cupboard. It's like his little cabinet of curiosities. I'm just giving the tops of the wooden chairs a little polish, just because dust tends to collect on the flat surfaces. I think my timer might be going off. My wrist is vibrating. I'll just go over the top of this radiator because, again, it's the tops of things that tend to collect dust, rather than the vertical surfaces. And it just looks so much nicer so that everything hasn't got a layer of grey dust on it. Right, okay, timer's going. Golly, that was an intensive 10 minutes dusting. But you know what? I got quite a bit done. I think I might just whiz it across these chairs while I'm in here. There's a bit of damage on that chair. I hope that's not woodworm. It's the thing with an old house and old furniture. You always have to be on guard for things like woodworm and moths. Right, good. Right, I've made a start. I made a good start. All right, and this furniture is looking absolutely glowing after the furniture polish. I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to switch the lights off now. Just let me check I haven't left any of them on. I hope you've managed to stay with me for the last 30 minutes. Well done if you have. I hope you're managing to get some stuff done around your house, either some cleaning, routine cleaning, or some weekly cleaning. Anyway, I think I'm going to take a break now. I've done 3 of my tasks. So I'm going to take a 15-minute break, have a sit down with a drink, probably make myself a nice cup of coffee, maybe sit down and read my book. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Bye for now. Welcome back to Clean with Kate. I've had a 15-minute rest and now I'm tackling the second half of my weekly home cleaning, weekly home blessing. So the next task that I'm going to tackle is I'm going to clean the glass. So I've got a couple of cleaning products here. I've got a supermarket window cleaning product, and I've got my homemade cleaning product that I made on one of my earlier videos. So I'm going to set a timer, or I'm going to switch it back on as a workout. So resume. I'm going to set the timer, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to set the timer on my watch for 10 minutes and I'm going to get going. So I think I'm going to start with the supermarket cleaner. So because we're in zone 1 this week, I'm just starting by cleaning the mirrors. Actually, they're pretty clean because I do these regularly. They never really get that dirty. That's the old Flylady saying, isn't it? You don't have to see dirt. I know what she means. So I've got a bit more glass here. I'm going to spray some of the glass cleaner on to my cloth. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to zoom out. There we go. Zoomed out so I can clean the glass. This is a cut glass. I think it's a cut glass fruit bowl. And actually, I'm going to go down here. Oh my goodness, I've just remembered somewhere I will have to do. The dog noses on the kitchen French windows. I know they're really bad. But I'm just doing a little bit of zone cleaning as I start. So I always try and start in whatever zone we're in. So I'm just going to clean the glass inside this cupboard because this doesn't get done very often. Actually, it's not really very dirty, which is good. Looks like the dogs don't put their noses on this. I think if you have small children and you have lots of glass at low level, which is a little dangerous. I don't know how this managed to survive my children being little, but it did. I'm just cleaning up there. Sorry, I don't think you can actually see that mirror. I'm just going to give the big mirror a bit of a spritz. In the entrance, we have this enormous mirror here in the entrance hall. It's an antique mirror. It's quite old. You can see me cleaning it. You can see how I managed to record now. I have a camera strapped to me off the iPhone harness. Right, okay, I'm going to clean this picture now. It's an antique picture, or print rather. Don't know if you can see very much because these are quite high up. It's quite hard to show you while I'm actually doing the cleaning. Anyway, I'm going down again now. I'm going to go and clean the glass cupboard. Got another glass cupboard. So I've got another pier cupboard here. There's another antique cupboard known as a pier cupboard, which is quite a narrow cupboard that you can put in a hallway or a passageway. Right, and again, this one is full of glass, so I do need to, at some point, have a sort out in my cupboards, but I haven't got time to do that today. Some of these glasses we never use, so actually we should maybe consider letting them go. Right, I'm doing another picture. Probably all the up and down is very hard on the knees. So I'm just doing this picture. This is quite hard to show you actually, I'm sorry about this. I'm going to do the back of this door next. Just doing the glass in the door. Give it a quick spray. Whoops. Just to get any grubbiness off it and let the light in. This is quite an old door. And this glass would have originally probably been clear glass, but somebody in the sort of 60s or 70s, I think, replaced it with that. Right, I'm going to clean. Oh no, somebody's put the blind. Somebody's put the blind down in here. I've taken this blind up so many times today rather. I think it's because we're having builders on site. So I think every time my husband uses this toilet, he puts the blind down, but then he forgets to put it up again. And so I come in and put the blind down. He probably thinks, who keeps putting this blind down? It's quite funny, really. I'm just giving the bathroom a quick once over on the mirror. I think the pictures will have to wait till I'm in that zone. Right, next one, I think is going to be the dining room mirror. This had been in storage in an outbuilding. So it was, last time that we were in this zone, I did give it a clean because it was absolutely filthy. But let's see, it's not too bad this month. Not that much coming off it. So it looks like I got to the worst of it last month. It's a really old mirror. Right, I think that's okay. I'm just going to give these glass candlestick holders a bit of a once over. These are in the dining room. So I'm in the dining room now. Oh my goodness, the conservatory. I don't know what's happened to the conservatory door. That's really strange. It looks like we may have had a leak in the conservatory. That's the thing with old houses. There's always something needs doing. So I'm just cleaning the window on the conservatory doors that go from the house to the conservatory. I'm going to go and do the other side as well. I think we have had a leak in here. I think it is raining a little bit outside and it does look, I don't know what's happened to this window, but it's definitely got some either stickiness or wetness on it. Maybe This conservatory is definitely one of our to-do lists for the next year or two. The roof has been leaking on it, which is a problem. It hasn't been a problem the last month or so because we haven't had very much rain in the UK, but it will be a problem over winter. It leaked really badly last year. So it's one of the jobs that we have been putting off, but we know we need to do. So again, this week I'm in zone 1, so I will be detail cleaning the conservatory. So it's a good idea to clean these windows. And then I think I probably need to go and do the windows that I know will always dirty and always need doing. This is quite a nice day to be in the conservatory because it's a bit dull. It was sunny earlier, but the sun's gone in now and it's actually raining slightly outside. Not enough probably to do much good. So I'm just cleaning the window in here. I think that's enough. Oh my goodness, I mustn't get distracted by looking at all the work I need to do in here. There's so much deadheading and watering. So I'm going to clean these windows here as well. They're quite grubby. So these are windows going out to the outside. I have actually managed to book a window cleaner to come and clean the exteriors of the windows, which is really exciting. I was hoping that by the time he came, the building work would be finished. But the end is in sight, but I don't think we're there yet. So it'd be lovely to get all the brick dust and the building dust off the windows. Right, okay, golly. Just not going to look at this right now. There's a lot to do in here. Oh my goodness, those plants there look really wilted. Actually, I'm just going to water these while I'm in here. I know I said I wouldn't get distracted, but they're so wilted. Oh my goodness. I'm going to lose them if I don't water them. But I love these plants. The geraniums are very forgiving, but those plants less so. You can see why everything takes me so long. There's a lot to distract me. I'm going to need to spend at least 15 minutes in here today, deadheading and then watering the most droughted plants. Anyway, let's keep going. I'll come back to this. Right, I should have put some lights on in here, really. Okay, I think I'm just going to give a quick spritz to the cocktail area. The glass behind the cocktail area just needs a quick once over. Just keep it clean, and sometimes things like flies land on the glass and they poop on it. So we just need to give it a bit of a clean. Right, okay, where are we going next? I haven't actually used my homemade spray today. This one doesn't seem to be bothering me, which is good news. Right, I'm not sure I'm going to get round to this today. How much time have I got left? I haven't got very long. So I think I'm going to switch these lights off because I don't want to waste electricity. And I'm just going to go through and do some windows through here. So how's the one above the cooker? That's always pretty bad. Let's just turn the cloth around and give that one a go. I tend to alternate each week between my homemade glass cleaner and my proprietary glass cleaner. I don't know why I'm doing that, but actually the mirrors seem to be staying cleaner. I don't know why that would be. I just wonder if, I don't know, they work in a different way and it brings a different amount of grease off. I'm going to give the kettle a quick clean. Let's swap the cloth around again. Okay, my husband's just pulling silly faces at me and making me giggle. I've just bought something in an auction. He's been to collect it and he seems quite pleased with it. So hopefully that means I didn't buy a dud. We won't know until we get it all set up, will we?
Just created a new hotspot for you in here.
Oh no. Anyway, don't distract me. I'm trying to stay focused, which is where oh my goodness, you have created a hotspot. Quickly moving past the auction hotspot. We do like auctions. As if you've watched a few of our videos, you may have found out. We do like an auction. Right, I'm just going to clean the glass on the front door. Oh, I wonder if my cloth's got quite grubby now. I think I just seem to be making it dirty. I'm going to go and get another cloth. Have I got time? I probably haven't actually got time. So that is probably just needs to go in the wash. And I need to call it a day. And I probably need another 10 minutes later just to do a bit more window cleaning. I'm going to ignore the enormous hotspot brewing on the table. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And there's another one in here. We've had a food delivery for this week. For the first time, I've actually ordered, with my food delivery, I ordered fruit. And actually, that's not a bad selection. For some reason, they sent me 2 bags. I thought I only ordered 1, but I've got 2. Anyway, my timer is going, so that's my 10 minutes of cleaning glass done. So what is next on my list? Dealing with the rubbish. But actually, I'm not sure. I've already sent... Oh, what is that doing in there? I've already sent quite a lot of rubbish out today to the recycling. So I'm not sure. Oh, that one needs emptying, actually. Okay, I'm going to set my timer and I'm going to deal with rubbish. I was trying to talk myself out of it, but actually it needs doing. Golly, I thought I could get out of this today. But no, and the next task on my weekly cleaning is cleaning. But you know what? I'm just going to chuck these out the back door for the time being. Or maybe even leave them in the hall. Oh, that one is actually quite smelly. I think some of the stuff that my husband's put in the recycling is actually in the wrong bin. So I'm just going to get this, deal with it, and I think it needs to go in the... I don't know if that is recyclable. I'm going to sort it out. He's always a little bit optimistic, shall we say, about what you can put in recycling, and I'm less so. That is recyclable, but I think you have to. I think you are supposed to take the plastic things off and the paper bit out. Is that recyclable? That doesn't actually have a recyclable mark on it, but it looks like it should be recyclable. Golly, who knows? Anyway, that can be the rubbish. That needs to go out to the recycling. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to amalgamate the 2 recycling bins, and then my husband's very kindly going to whiz it out for me. I've got a large piece of some cardboard there that needs to go. I'm actually going to try composting that in my compost heaps, because I went on a composting course recently. Apologies, there are no lights on in here today, and it's turned into a laundry again. Anyway, what's going on in these 2 bins? That one's okay, it's mainly got socks in it. That one definitely needs emptying. I'm going a little bit slow today. When I had my break, I also had some food. I think I might have eaten too much because my stomach feels over full. Right, can I get you to whiz these out for me? Do you want to?
No, just take them both.
Take them both, okay. And I'll bring the... Have you done the rubbish bin already?
Sorry?
Have you already done the rubbish?
Not this morning.
Oh, I'll bring the rubbish next. So I'm going back, and then I am going to need to deal with this hotspot. It's really distracting me. I bought a mixed lot from the local auction. There was one item in it I wanted, but to get this one item, I had to buy 2 boxes of all this stuff, most of which I don't want. In fact, I don't think I want any of it. So I've got to sort through it really quickly. And then the stuff I don't want, I'm just going to donate to the charity shop. I'm just going to keep the one item that I actually bought the lot for. Anyway, so I'm dealt with the rubbish. What's next? Let's check the compost. Ooh, that is quite full. I don't know why he's put the cabbage in there, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It could have gone in the compost bin to go into the garden, but I'm just going to quickly bag it up, and that needs to go out as well because that's full. If you overload these little compost bags, we have a curbside collection for compostables, vegetable matters, but if you overload them, what happens is they burst. So that's going out next. So when he comes back, this is a really efficient system. This is where teamwork makes the dream work. Yay! That needs to... Oh, it might careful, it might burst. Okay. He's taking it. He's giving me the compost caddy back. Right, so this needs to go back into the barn. This is the barn bin. I wonder if I need to... It's quite difficult to wipe out the bottoms of these bins. Oh my goodness, that should have gone out in the bin as well. I just spotted the signs. Come on, let's get back in. I just spotted a science project. Oh no, why didn't I stick that in the bin? This was a curry that we made last week. It was a vegetarian curry, but then unfortunately we forgot about it in the fridge, and so we didn't finish eating it, and unfortunately it's now too old. It's well past the time in which I would think it was safe to eat, so it does need to now go. It could maybe go, it's all vegetables, so it could maybe go in the compost caddy. If I bagged it up and go out with the compost, it could. Right, don't get distracted, Kate. I'm going to spray some cleaning product into that bin to just freshen it up. So let me go in my cleaning products stash. What have I got today? I have got Method Multi-Surface Pink Grapefruit. That sounds lovely. So I just want, oh, it is quite mucky in there. As you can see, something is spilt in that. Even though it was in a bin bag, something has definitely somehow penetrated out of the bin bag, which is quite unpleasant. So I'm going to give this, I need to find a cleaning cloth now. Oh, Kate, don't get distracted by looking at all the hot spots in this room. It's crazy amount of hot spots. I'm just going to pop this bit of the vacuum cleaner away in the Henry box, which is my new storage thing for keeping these sort of things in. Oh my goodness. I am going to have to set aside 10 minutes to deal with that hot spot. Right, let's get a nice cleaning cloth out. Right, this will do. It's a nice big red cleaning cloth. Well, I think that might be my car cleaning cloth. Yes, actually, do you know what? I think that's too nice a cleaning cloth. I need to put that over here. I'm going to find a mucky one. I might throw an old one that I might actually throw away afterwards. What have I got in my basket? Ah, there. I've got a really old cleaning cloth that actually is full of holes. I'm going to use that to clean out the bins, and I think I'm going to throw it away afterwards. I need a bucket of soapy water. Golly, talk about sidetracked. How long have I got left? Did I even set the timer? 3 minutes left. Okay, it's not too bad. So I'm going to fill this bucket with some hot soapy water. I'm going to spray a little bit of this in. This is actually a Method bottle filled up with flash. Just step back. My washing machine's going at the moment. I actually forgot to switch it on this morning. It's not like me. So the laundry was just sat in it. I think I was actually waiting for the sun to come out so that I could run it on solar. Because I know my husband would prefer me always to run my laundry when the sun's up. So it's solar powered. But actually I think the sun's gone now, so it probably isn't. Oh well. Golly, that dinner is sitting heavy on me. I feel incredibly full. I think I've too many chips. I know. I had quite a good break. Right, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to clean the top of the bin, just around here. This isn't particularly dirty, but if you do it every week, it does make a difference. It keeps it looking pretty good. Whereas if you leave it for ages, it can be quite a job cleaning the lid of your bin because it gets sort of caked on dirt. But because I do it every week as part of my weekly cleaning routine, my bin almost looks like new. Next, I'm going to clean the outside of the bin. So the inside is quite mucky. So I'm just going around the outside, just giving it a wipe down, just so it looks clean. It's a nice bin, this. I've had it a long time, so it has got quite a lot of dints in it. Right, next, I'm going to just rinse that cloth off. This is quite difficult to film, so apologies, you're now going inside the bin. I haven't really worked out any other way of doing this other than going in it. Let's hope we don't drop the phone in the bin. Okay, that's going to have to do, because that's the best I can do today. Just rinse the cloth out. Now I'm just going to leave those bins to air dry while I tackle the next bin. Whew, I'm quite out of breath. Right, here's another bin. So I'm just going to quickly wipe down the recycling bin. Hopefully I've still got enough time left on my timer. Again, I wipe out the recycling bin every Monday as part of my weekly home blessing and my weekly cleaning routine. Again, we're going in the bin. I haven't found an easier way of doing this. If you have, let me know. Sometimes when I'm doing my detail cleaning, I actually fill the bin up with hot soapy water. Whoops, I forgot to do the outside first. Oh, well, it wasn't actually that dirty because I do it every week. And nothing seems to have leaked in it this week, which is a relief. Let's do the outside now. Do you know, I'm going to be really happy when that timer goes off because even though it's started to rain slightly, it's still really warm. And I think because we've got an Argo in this room, it's always warm in summer. It always feels like I'm in the med. So I'm just wiping down the outside of the bin and the handles just so it looks clean. It's not spotless, but it's a lot better than it was. Right, good. I'm getting there. Golly, there's laptops everywhere today. Everybody's working from home. My son's been working from here. My husband's working from here. We've been in an online auction. So it's a little bit crazy today. And we've got workmen here. And I've lost the compost caddy. Have you brought the compost caddy back?
It's just in the entrance.
Okay, I'm going to wipe that down. Oh my goodness, there goes the timer. Thank goodness. I am saved by the timer. So I'm just going to quickly wash the little compost caddy, wipe the little compost caddy out. Again, when I'm in zone 2, the kitchen, I would usually give this a detailed clean. So I'd probably fill it up with soapy water and give it more of a wash down if it needed it. But you know what? If I do this every week, it very rarely gets to the point where it needs a detailed clean. It's like my swish and swipe of my bins. Anyway, that can go back here. That just needs to air out. Right, I'm leaving all the bins to air for a while now. Oh, we've got a science project. What are you doing with the leftover curry? Where's he gone? The curry's disappeared. Maybe he's I don't know what he's done with it. Anyway, it's gone out. It appears to have left the house. Okay, I'm just resetting the timer. And the last task, I'm walking quickly past the horrendous hotspot, is mopping. So that's really good. I've nearly finished my weekly cleaning. I haven't managed to clean everything in the house, but I've cleaned a lot. This is a big house. If I could literally spend all my time cleaning, and quite often it feels like I do. Just wipe out the sink quickly. Pop that cloth there. Oh, I was going to throw it away, but actually it's not that bad. I'm going to fill up my mop bucket. As I wash the bins out, it means the water's already nice and hot. I think I'm going to go for the bicarb of soda flash today, because I like the way that smells. So 2 capfuls in this mop bucket. This is a vintage mop bucket, and I find that the vintage mop buckets are much better than the modern ones. The modern ones just break so quickly. Right, I'm going to stand well back because this will be noisy. You might want to turn your volume around. Okay, I'm going to fill the mop bucket. So just below this bit, because obviously I want to be able to wring it out. Mustn't overfill it, or it won't work. Okay, that's enough. And then I'm going to take it through, and I'm going to start in the kitchen, and I'm going to work my way through through these rooms, these high traffic rooms. But I'm going to start in the kitchen. I always start in this room for 2 reasons. One, it's the kitchen, so I think the kitchen deserves the clean water, and 2, the kitchen usually needs it the most. And I usually do that. Then I'll do this room, which isn't usually that bad apart from if the weather's really wet. And then after that, I'll do the entrance hall to the cottage, because that's usually pretty bad. There's actually 2 mops here, so sometimes my other half helps me mop. Do you know what? I'm getting a little distracted, but I think I'm going to put my twinkly lights on. There's 2 mops in here. We could mop together. Hint, hint. There's another mop. Where have I put the mop bucket? Okay, here. Right, so, and then the last room, if I have time, the last room I will mop. Maybe if I get a mopping help, will be the downstairs loo. And then sometimes if I'm feeling really, really energetic, I'll fill up the mop bucket again, and I'll start on the big kitchen, because that would need me to use clean water. But that floor, it generally doesn't get as dirty, because it's not as, we don't do as much cooking in there, and it's not as high a traffic area. But usually most of the muck comes over everybody's shoes in the entrance hall. So this is not a detailed mop. I'm not moving things or mopping into corners. It's just a very quick mop. And this room doesn't actually get very dirty, so that's probably the cleanest room that I mop. Oh, my husband has joined me, and he's mopping the coffee pantry. So that's a really big help. Mopping is, and when it's warm as well, and then you've got an arbor in the room, mopping is one of the harder tasks. It is a real physical workout. That's why I set my watch to record it as a workout, because then I can see how many calories I've burned and how high my heart rate got. So anyway, how long have I got left on the timer? Oh God, I keep losing the timer. I've been cleaning now for 47 minutes, but I didn't actually start the workout timer straight away, so I have actually been cleaning for longer than that. But once I remembered, that was 47 minutes ago. So when I had my break, I stopped it. So obviously it didn't record during the break. Right. Oh, it's so nice having help. Can you move the mop bucket?
Where do you want it?
Just further across there now so I can do underneath. Oh, golly. You can see this is a real workout. I'm getting out of breath. You're not out of breath, are you?
No.
But you've only just joined me. I've been going for some time.
No.
It is a workout. This is my cardio workout, I think, for today.
You don't want my face without him.
I haven't actually done my home workout yet. I usually end up doing that on a Monday evening, and I may go and do it at the gym, and I may go to a class. See how I feel when I've finished. Or I may just collapse in a heap. I do wish I hadn't had such a big lunch. I'm really feeling the effects of that. I had a break, and normally I would just have a coffee, but today I was running a little bit late, so I had my lunch with my husband and my son, which was very nice, cooked by my husband, but it was huge. Much more than I would normally eat on a Monday. It was more like a sort of dinner than a lunch. And now I'm flagging. It's very carbohydrate heavy as well. Burger, veggie burger, vegan burger and chips and coleslaw. It was very nice, but I can feel it. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a workout today, actually. I find it's best for me if I eat quite a light lunch. I'm more productive in the afternoon if I do. If in fact if I eat a keto lunch, that's when I'm most productive. If I eat a very heavy carb lunch, I tend to go into a sort of stupor. Why are you laughing? It's true. I mean, not less is this. Sorry, my husband is now making fun of me. You are funny. Right, okay, I've lost my concentration now. Where was I? Anyway, this is nice having some help with the mopping. I'm appreciating it. And I have a lovely new mop head as well. I think he's got the old one. The dog's looking a little anxious. He's thinking he's going to get mopped. Right, I'm going over into this corner now. Oh, it's already been done. Fantastic. I don't have to. The room that I probably might do last, since we're going to have enough time today because there's two of us, or I might even delegate while I do the toilet. I'm hoping my other half's going to mop the dirty, messy, horrible utility room that where the dogs rest. Right, that would be nice. Have you done?
I did that on Friday, but
Oh, do it again. Do it again. I'll go and do the downstairs loo. Have you done the entrance hall?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Many hands. There's a lot of truth in the saying. Many hands make light work.
You know what, that water's pretty grubby.
Good. Well, it needed doing then. Considering it was done on Friday. Yeah, I'm going to the downstairs loo. I might even do some of the wooden floors, actually. That's a good idea. While I'm at it, I'm just going to... Since we're in this zone... Holly, look, I can already see. Look at the coffee being spilt down there. I don't think I might have to get a cloth out and clean that. I wouldn't normally do the wooden floors as part of my weekly home blessing. But seeing as this week we're in this zone, why not? I've got time. Still got a bit of time left on my timer. I did do the downstairs loo last week, so I might actually do these floors. And then I know they've been done. Although I do need to come and do a more detailed clean because I can see where coffee's been spilled. These floors are, I think they're painted. I think they're actually painted oak. They're quite they were quite damaged. When we bought the house, the floors were quite damaged due to quite a bit of damp in the house. So we did try to restore them, but they didn't look particularly good. So then we decided to paint them. And actually it really lightens up the house because it can be a dark house. As you can see, when there's no lights on, this part of the house can be dark. Right, I'm going to switch that light off. Well, it's getting darker and darker. I think we're in for a storm. There's coffee things here as well. My husband does love a cup of coffee, as do I. He particularly loves a cup of coffee, trails them all over the house. Right, it's usually coffee on the stairs. Let's just have a quick, I've been saying this for so long, and when I'm out and about, I just completely forget. But I need a new entrance mat. I have no entrance mat here. So when we use that door as an entrance, there's no mat. It's not used that much. We tend to use the little old entrance. The cottage is the one most people come in who know us. It's just the everyday entrance, the dog entrance. Right, I probably should have brought the water with me because I haven't actually rinsed my mop. But you know what? It's good enough, and I'm going to stop now. So it's all had a bit of a spritzer because I do it every day. Sorry, every week. It never gets that dirty. This area of the house doesn't get nearly as dirty. And we don't tend to wear our outside shoes. I've got my indoor shoes on. I only wear these shoes for doing housework or for, you know, just general things around the house. I have another pair, similar ones, because they are very comfy, which I wear outdoors to garden in. Right, we're done. Woohoo, we beat the timer. How long have I got left? I've got 36 seconds left on my timer. That just needs to go back in the utility room. Oh, you're washing it, good idea.
I did the whole pantry.
Oh, well done. So we're just rinsing our mop heads out. And then we just, oh, golly, he's even, because we had so much time, he's even mopped into the coal pantry here. I don't know if you've ever seen the coal pantry. I don't think I've ever opened it before. But this is a little pantry, another pantry. This house, oh my goodness, look at the cobwebs. This house has a lot of pantries. So this one's lovely because it's cold. Right, I'm just going to put the mop away. Coming into here. I think he's going to get rid of the water for me very kindly. I'm going to switch the light off in the pantry so I don't forget, and shut the door so the dog does not help himself to the dog food, because he's definitely thinking about it. Now, I've finished my weekly clean. I have to be careful now because the floors are quite wet. The nice thing in here is it dries very quickly in front of the Arga. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to rest, and then I'm going to have a cup of tea, I think, and then I'm going to hit these crazy hot spots in here, of which there were many. Anyway, thank you for joining me on my weekly clean. I hope that you're finding it inspiring, and I hope you're managing to clean along with me. Bye for now.